How's it going? This is Mikey McManus. It's not really, but looking back at my footage I was mildly concerned that I feel I'm starting to look a lot like Mikey. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing because I like his videos, I like his editing and I like his drone shots. And he is quite a funny person. I am now questioning whether my father is my father or if Mikey had a canoodle with somebody 31 years ago. I'm unsure how old this would have made Mikey, but maybe he will elaborate on this.
How's it going? I'm Mikey McManus and I'll be your host today on the Creator Spotlight Episode 2. And contrary to popular belief, I would have been 14 at the point of canoodling, and as much as I do like a canoodle, I can confirm that it was not I. They do say, however, that imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, and I am indeed flattered, because what's not to like? Welcome to the Creator Spotlight, Episode 2. Thanks for joining me again. Episode 1 seemed to have gone down really well, so here we are, Episode 2, and 3 new creators to inspire us and tell us what gets them out their bed in the morning, and indeed what inanimate objects they would love to see removed from the world. I'm glad it's all panned out the way it did, and I'm glad that everybody's enjoying it, and I'm also very thankful of all the creators that are sending me videos to be included in future episodes. And indeed, if you're a creator of any type and you'd like to be included, then please get in touch. I'll send you a brief and you can record yours and send it in and we'll throw it out there. We're all in this together, so I thought this would be a nice way to kind of share everybody's skill sets, whether they're recording something, what they do, and myself posting it out there to try and share a little bit of something different. Anyway, let's crack on and we'll meet today's guests, who come in the form of Adam, Jay and Simon. These lads have all got their own particular stories and niche set within the creator world, and hopefully they'll maybe inspire you or indeed at least allow you to go and check out their work. All the links, as before, in the description. You can go and click on and go and have a look and investigate further in your own time. So welcome to the episode, guys. Why don't you start off by telling us who you are, where you're from, and what type of creator you are?
Hello Mikey, and thank you for having me. Well, first of all, who am I? I'm a person. Well, actually, I'm Adam, but in this multiverse of social media, I am Wadger Catcher. Wadger, if you didn't know, is what happens when you crossbreed a wolf and a badger. They're extremely vicious creatures, and it is my single-handed task to capture them all. I'm doing a public service. Where am I? Well, I'm in a kitchen in a place called Scotland. It's this small place, it's not very popular. What do I create? Carnage. In reality, started off as a landscape photographer, trying videos on YouTube because I thought they'd be unique, but they weren't. Everybody else does them. So I then fell into just learning and creating more stuff because I like being a creative. So I want to do more of that, and means I just play about with my camera more, try different filming things, and I'm also a very keen advocate on speaking out about mental health and trying to stop the stigma that evolves around it, because just now, as I'm sure everybody is aware, we are in what is deemed as a pandemic because it is spread across multiple countries and is killing lots of people. Mental health does that as well. Should we be in lockdown for mental health?
Cheers for letting me be part of this, Mikey. It is much appreciated. My name's Jay Gilmore. I'm currently in Brampton in Cumbria as of last week. I am a YouTuber, landscape photographer, graphic designer. Try to do a little bit of everything really. Anything that helps.
Thanks, Mikey. Great to be here. So, my name's Simon Byrne, and what kind of creator am I? A creative creator. I try to be a rebellious creator, a disruptive creator. I really don't like to do what everybody else does. I like to try and do things differently, which isn't always possible with client projects, but that's why I've got my own YouTube channel. And fun fact, it was Forrest Gump that said, watching my YouTube channel is like a box of chocolates. You never know quite what you're gonna get. It's true.
Tell us, what inspires you to create?
Everywhere, really. Find you can sometimes be reading a book and obviously your brain's creating the story in the book that the book's telling you, and you're creating your pictures. So you get an idea of where you want to go with it. But I also find YouTube is fantastic because you can see and learn new techniques that seeing a technique inspires you to go, I really want to get something like that. Or even it could be somebody that I watched a video who mentioned that you get two sort of types of creators. You get the ones who fire out content multiple times a week or weekly, and it's still good content, but you get other people who produce maybe one video every 6 months, but that video is this astounding masterpiece. And that made me start working on a separate project that's on the back burner just now while we're all in this lockdown, but it's currently potentially my favourite piece of work to date that I've potentially worked on, but it's not finished yet, so it could turn out to be crap. But I get inspiration from everywhere, and I also get pissed off by a lot of people, which can inspire me to sort of want to improve so that I can't get tarred with the same brush as their useless nonsense.
Ooh, everything. Absolutely everything. I'm one of these people who keeps a little book next to them all the time. I'll be going through town and I'll have a random idea, literally pull over the car, write it down. I do watch a lot of other YouTube videos, a lot of creators, not just kind of photographers, but a lot of videographers, anything from film. So very difficult to really narrow it down, to be honest. It's quite an open question.
What inspires me to create? That's a start. Otherwise, being in old European cities has a particular effect on me. Somewhere like Florence, where it just oozes culture and architecture and great light and art, and yeah, that really inspires me to want to take photographs and make videos and even paint and draw. I suppose to a certain extent natural landscapes too, but no, not as much as old European cities. I don't know what it is about those places, but
What mythical creature would improve the world if it existed today?
This is a challenging question, Mikey, because I feel to benefit humanity we maybe need to rid humanity of a lot of humanity. So maybe potentially if you got Medusa and put her like at a kissing booth that had a sign above saying "Be turned to stone by Medusa," and if people are stupid enough to go there and look at her, then yes, we're smart enough to not have her victims featured in the world. But I feel that's not really a mythical creature because she was a Gorgon, so she's not really a creature, she's sort of human. But I think the answer is going to be the same for a lot of people, I hope. And that's just dragons. I think dragons would be fantastic to have because they burn things and they eat people and they got big claws. Imagine scratching your undercarriage with one of those claws.
There's a cool thing in Japan called shokujinki. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Basically, if you're like greedy and pompous in your life, you come back as one of these weird creatures which basically roam Japan or wherever you may be, with like an appetite to eat dead bodies. But the problem is, you hate doing it because you know you're doing it, but you can't help yourself. So that's kind of cool, I think. So I think that would be good because it'd stop a lot of people being asses. Really, a lot of politicians I think would be nicer.
what mystical creature would improve the world? It's got to be Yoda. Surely it's better to have a little green guy full of wisdom than some big orange buffoon spurting out a load of nonsense. Come on, it's a no-brainer.
Do you have a piece of work that you're particularly proud of?
Yes. It is my mental health video that I put out where I openly discussed sort of my own mental turmoil and demons. And yeah, the video's maybe a 1,000 views. So it's not this record-breaking epic masterpiece that well, thousands? Yeah, thousands plural have seen. Maybe 1,000 have seen. But that has been one of the best received pieces of work. The comments on it, the feedback from it, the private messages I received from that, which is where I've now started a couple of projects about mental health that I'll hopefully be able to feature and film this year. But that video took me 2 and a bit years to film because I sat down to try and film it multiple times and couldn't. I then sat down to edit the version I did do, and I really struggled to edit it because it was going back over sort of a raw feeling. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got it out there. I'm glad it got seen by everybody because it went down well.
Well, I'm proud of my London video, but that came around because of my photograph, the high tide at the marina. I know it's been done before and people will probably scream at me, it's been done before. But this was really successful for me. I won the landscape category with the Photo Box Awards. Like 160,000 people entered. So I'm really proud of that. And then subsequently the video I made kind of following it really. So yeah, you know, that's proud to be like recognised for a piece of work. So yeah, it was good.
Is there a piece of work I'm particularly proud of? I think been proud of a few. I think I'm going to go with the time when I was hired by Eurotunnel to photograph and design a souvenir book that commemorated the opening of the Channel Tunnel. I was attending various festivals and events leading up to the inauguration day and photographing them, and and I ended up designing this book for them. And I didn't have a tight brief at all. It was pretty much creative freedom, and I was really young. Yeah, that was a moment of pride because it was such a high-profile project.
What are some fun and interesting alternatives to war that some countries could use to settle the differences?
As it is said in the film Troy, and probably been said by many other people in other places, but it pops into my head from the film Troy, is war is old men talking and young men dying. So what I would do to replace war is I would be similar to it. I would take either 2 of the most violent board games we have in this world. First, Risk, which is strategically based around war, and Monopoly, because it creates war. I would take these 2 games and you would have the leader of the country, or a team, a cabinet maybe, take part in this game. And instead of it being old men talking, young men dying, it'll be old men playing, and unfortunately it is high stakes, my game, and the loser dies. Right there. The winner gets to choose how they kill them. It could be beheading, it could be getting them to stand on lots of small bits of Lego that's scattered on the floor. But yeah, somebody's still got to die, but at least it's not the younger people. It's the person who started the war who can then end the war by winning or by dying. But if you're going to play it as Monopoly, I'd highly recommend Pokemon Monopoly. It just adds that extra realm to it. Imagine knowing that you killed somebody because you were Charizard.
Well, it probably need to be something that we'd win, really, wouldn't we? So football would be out of the question. Rugby, we could play rugby to settle wars, that'd be good. I don't know, that's quite a difficult one, really. Maybe Morris dancing. Then nobody beat us, would they? Yeah, Morris dancing. I think that's Morris dancing, because we'd just destroy everybody. If you destroy people at Morris dancing, I don't know.
fun and interesting alternatives to war? Well, obviously the traditional fish slapping contest is appropriate, I think. Or a poodle shaving contest. Labradoodles will do if you can't find a poodle.
Is there a place that you've never visited that you would consider a bucket list location for a shoot or to create something?
Fortunately for me, I've not gone many places, but I've gone to enough. Well, not really. I want to go to more. Anyway, where would I deem as a bucket list location? I've never been to America or Canada or Alaska, so I would probably go with sort of North America, because that'll allow me to include America, Canada and Alaska all together, and I'm sure I could survive there making a lot of content. I'd love to go up to the Rockies in Canada. I'd love to go out to British Columbia. I'd like to just go snowboarding to a lot of them and then create some epic snowboarding content with like lots of cool shit. But yeah, I'd like to go to Alaska and try and cuddle a polar bear. And that would either go down very well because it would go down as great stock footage, or I would get mauled to death. And then it might go viral to tell people, don't be stupid, don't try and hug a polar bear.
I've visited a lot of the world. Me and my wife went around the world, went to all sorts of places. But one place I want to go to, I've been to Italy 2-3 times, however many it is, but I haven't been to Cinque Terre, which is got kind of Manovola, Viaggio. Again, my pronunciation is awful. So when all this blows over, one place I do want to go. It's just photographer's paradise, and a lot of places to photograph, and it's just beautiful. Big fan of Italy, and the food, of course, which is good.
A place that I've never visited that's on top of my bucket list, yes, it's the Camino Frances, the pilgrimage from France over the Pyrenees right across the northern tip of Spain to Santiago. It's a 500-mile walk, and I've been researching that and reading about it for about 10 years. So it is my ambition, it's the one thing I really want to do, is to do that walk. And it takes 4 to 5 weeks, and you've got all your possessions in your backpack basically, and that's it. And you don't know where necessarily you're going to be staying each night. You just have to find a hostel. I love long distance walking, so I'd like to do it for that reason, but also I'd love to do a photography book.
What inanimate object would you wish to eliminate from existence if you could, that is?
As I mentioned earlier, I like to cause carnage. And part of me would like to see how the world would get on if I eliminated left shoes. This includes flip-flops, slippers, boots, especially high heels. I think it would be fantastic to watch somebody on a night out, very, very drunk, with just their right high heel on, because your left foot can't go in anything else. Nothing else is going to match that beautiful ruby red stiletto that I have in the cupboard. I have. They have. Of course it's they have, not me. So yes, remove left footwear items.
I would say the stupid virus, but that's not really inanimate, is it? Top knots. Top knots. Top knots are ridiculous. Why? Just no. So there we go. Get rid of them. Hope that helps.
What inanimate object do I wish to eliminate from existence? That one is easy. The single-use plastic water bottle, or any plastic bottle really. That's why I always use aluminium cans, because they are recyclable. They actually get recycled. The plastic ends up in the ocean, so it's not good. Don't do it, please.
Well, thanks everybody for taking part. That was grand to have you here, and great to have all your answers. Thank you very much for that. That was great.
Well, I am actually a fanny because we finished this and I'm actually just in the study just now uploading all these clips onto the laptop, making them into proxies so I can do that and WhatsApp them and send them to you. But I realised I didn't sign off, so thank you very much for having me, Mikey. In a bit.
So thanks for having me, Mikey. It is much appreciated. And it gets me doing something now we're all stuck in a bit bored, so thank you very much. Cheers.
Bonjour.
Thank you, the audience, for watching. Like I said before, if you want to take part, please get in touch, let me know. I'll send you a video brief out and you can record your own and send it to me. Likewise, if you've enjoyed this, consider headbutting that like button and hitting the subscribe button also, maybe the notification bell so you'll know when the next one comes out. I hope everybody's staying safe and staying sane as we continue down through this. And I'll see you all on episode 3 with some new creators to tell you how they do things. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.